We have an exact fix on what happened at that moment at 6:52 p.m. That's what the Delhi Police Commissioner has said. It was a slow-moving vehicle which stopped at a red light, and suddenly at that point there was an explosion. So perhaps the initial casualties would have been the driver, and there were several passengers inside that vehicle as well. At least a dozen cars, three-wheelers which were around that vehicle caught fire. At 7:30 p.m. is when that blaze was brought under control. This stationary vehicle exploded at a red light, and several nearby cars were also damaged. All the agencies are working in tandem. Even as we speak, the entire intelligence apparatus is on high alert. The Prime Minister, like we have broken first on NDTV, has taken stock already, spoken to the Home Minister himself being briefed by the heads of all the agencies. So far, it is important to note that 8 people have been confirmed dead and at least 20 are injured. At least 3 of them continue to be critical, and they are at LNJP Hospital. We'll play out again what Satish Golcha, the Delhi Police Commissioner, said in a while. But the big breaking news at this point is that finally we have a fix on what happened. 6:52 has been confirmed as the moment when that explosion took place in a slow-moving vehicle that came to a stop at a red light. And it is also significant that this blast comes at a time when just today morning the intelligence agencies have revealed how an entire terror module that was working pan-India, it started from Jammu and Kashmir, then the entire investigation took them to Faridabad, to Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh. In Gujarat, a separate terror attack was being planned. And on a day like that, when a major attack could have been averted, comes this particular news from Delhi. Vishnu Shom and Aditya Raj Kaul, NDTV's senior editors, are joining us from the spot at Red Fort where the attack happened. Vishnu, take it away.
All right, well, I'm over here. I'm got Aditya Raj Kaul with me. He spent the last couple of hours at this location. Now, the blast, as it is, took place just behind these fire tenders, about 15 meters or 20 meters away from me, just outside the station, the metro entry over there. This entire area, as you can see, has been cordoned off by the police. There's the fire tenders behind me as well. Aditya has been reporting about this for the last little while. I'm going to just sort of dip in to Aditya, come across, get some of the information. Aditya, what you were telling me now as I rushed over here, one vehicle, likely a minivan, caused the blast, but more than 20 vehicles were destroyed. Is that right?
Well, that's right, Vishnu. The latest that NDTV is picking up indicates that one vehicle stopped around 6:55 p.m. this evening at a red light, not very far from where we are standing. And there was an immediate blast. Now, initially, it was said that it could be an LPG or a CNG blast, but the extent of damage, Vishnu, is such that 22 vehicles, including e-rickshaws, are completely decimated and gutted. There are at least 8 people who have been killed, and there are 20 others who are injured. So as of now, senior officials of the Delhi Police, including Special Cell, including the crime branch, have reached here. There are sleuths of the Intelligence Bureau also here. We have been told that the Prime Minister has been briefed by the Home Minister of India, and the Delhi Police Chief and multiple agency chiefs are continuously briefing the Home Minister. Yet, it's not clear. Officially, it's not been declared as a terror attack. But this extent of damage, this extent of a blast hasn't been witnessed in Delhi in many, many years.
No, and Adit, we've seen this in Kashmir, for example. It depends on the proximity of the blast, and that is directly linked to the nature of the explosive. Now, we don't want to get into what that explosive potentially was, but if we are reporting that 20-odd cars, and we are told upwards of 8 lives possibly have been lost in this, then it does point to a very significant explosive which was used. This could well be a terrorist attack. We are being responsible over here. So warning our viewers or alerting our viewers that this is a major incident, a major explosion in the heart of Old Delhi. We're waiting for authorities to confirm it is a terrorist blast. But what we can say at this juncture is that there is a strong possibility.
Well,
and I think
right,
there's more information. Sorry to interrupt you for just a second, Vishnu, because more information has come in that this blast occurred in a medium-sized car in which a few other people were also present. And apparently, Shiv, this was at the rear end of the vehicle where that explosion has been reported, according to several eyewitnesses. Some saying that it could have been Haryana number. However, no confirmation from the police on that as so far.
That's right. It's an I-20 apparently that has exploded.
Can you repeat that information?
Vishnu, we're just getting information from our colleagues on the ground with you that it was a Hyundai i20 car that exploded. The explosion happened in an i20 car. As Padmaja said, it had people in that car, and that explosion happened when the car was slowing down near a red light right outside the metro station. There are more ministers reaching the spot where you are right now.
Yeah, I'm
but
right
more
next to
details
that
coming
red
in.
light.
Yes, Vishnu.
Yeah. That's right. So this is the red light. It is just behind me that you can see. Adit, the point that Shiv was mentioning just now is that this was an I-20 vehicle. There were people in that vehicle, is what we are learning when the explosion took place.
Yes, there were people. In fact, I shouldn't go to the extent of describing the location. We've received multiple videos of mangled dead bodies and people with grievous injuries. The extent of the damage cannot be potentially by a CNG or LPG of that extent, but we will wait for the official confirmation. Just for the viewers, where Vishnu and I are standing right now is next to the blast site. In fact, apart from the the blast that has taken place, there's a bullet that has been recovered also from very close to where we are standing right now. So apart from the Delhi Police Special Cell, the crime branch and specialized units of the NSG, there are at least 6 to 7 agencies that are probing this. They're trying to decipher the nature of the blast, whether it was an explosive material, whether it was an LPG cylinder or a CNG cylinder. Perhaps in the next couple of hours, we'll have clarity on what really happened here.
And I think the important point that Adit mentioned is that there is a bullet as well which has been recovered over here. We don't know where that bullet is from, whether it's come from that I-20 vehicle which exploded or it was elsewhere. Do we have any more information on that bullet?
Not really as of now. It could be a bullet because remember, when the blast took place, the Delhi police rushed here in hundreds in many ways. The emergency vehicles rushed in hundreds. So possibly somebody could have dropped it, etc. But as of now, as we said, no terror angle is being described. But Prime Minister has been briefed, the Home Minister has been briefed, and the level of high alert that has been declared not just in Delhi NCR, but in Mumbai, in UP, in Rajasthan, in Jammu and Kashmir, and on all borders clearly indicates that there's much more than meets the eye.
All right, and that is absolutely critical. This entire area, one of the busiest in Delhi, has been completely shut off. We managed to get a fair bit in. It's about 15 to 20 meters away, the blast site. It's near those that set of lights that you see in front of me. Just ahead of that is where the explosion took place. It also took place on a day when there has been a massive effort by police officials, by intelligence officials, Jammu and Kashmir police, Haryana police, in cracking down on a particular cell of professionals who are believed to be those who are responsible for a massive collection of weaponry over there, of explosives, ammonium nitrate, we are told, more than 3.2 tons of explosives. This is something that Aditya has been tracking as well. I have never heard of a recovery from a house of 3.2 tons. This is not, it's not a small amount, needless to mention. It's something you wage a war with, right? And this is no exaggeration.
Well, that's right, Vishnu. I went to that location exactly 52 kilometers from where we are standing. So not very far from the national capital, from the parliament.
Just to stop you for a second, Aditya and Vishnu, that is the picture of the bullet at the site that Aditya was referring to. Now, what is the source of this? Multiple agencies, the cops have been swarming all over that area. Has it been accidentally dropped there? However, with that caveat, this is an actual picture from the site where that blast has taken place of at least one bullet casing that was recovered from near the Red Fort. And more news coming in that is being broken right now. Unfortunately, the death toll has climbed to 10. That is what is being told to us right now, that the death toll has climbed. Remember, at least 2 to 3 people who were in LNJP hospital were said to be grievously injured. An explosion that took place at around 6:55 p.m. A slow-moving car near Red Fort came to a standstill, came to a stop near a red light, and that is when at the rear end of the vehicle, an explosion took place. Most of the people who were in the car, at least one driver and some passengers, were reported to be in that small-sized vehicle. They could be among the casualties, but now the information is that 20 people injured and at least 10 people killed in that explosion that took place outside Red Fort. One picture of a bullet casing also recovered close to that area where the explosion took place. But take a look also at the sheer enormity of the explosion. If we just go back to the initial visuals that we got of a top angle shot, Vishnu and Aditya, the kind of blaze that followed the initial blast that was heard. The metro station is close by, and the glass at the metro station was shattered. Such was the impact of that blast. Vishnu.
In fact, it's a lot more than the glass being shattered, Padmaja. What Aditya tells me, and this is perhaps the most shocking part of what we've been reporting, is that while the blast may have taken place in an I-20 vehicle, which, as Aditya has been reporting, had people most likely in it, what we can also share is that there were 20 vehicles which have been destroyed as a result of the blast. All of those vehicles just ahead. I've seen some of the images of these vehicles. I've seen the chassis of these vehicles being completely ripped apart. That gives you an idea of the nature of the explosion. As far as that bullet casing is found, it would be interesting to actually see that, and if you can just share that image with me, because if it's a 7.62 millimeter round, then there is a possibility of that being an AK-47 round. That isn't to say that there's necessarily something which terrorists would be using. That is also used on AK-47 rifles, which are used by security forces as well. But the fact that there is a round which has been found, how it actually landed up here, we'll have to wait and see. We shouldn't
Vishnu, we're gonna hold off on that round for just a moment until we get some more information on it. We'll relay that information to you once we have it. But let's talk about what we know at this point of time. The information is already alarming. As Padmaja just said, 10 people are dead. We're going to update that information. There's some conflicting information, but we can tell you that sources are telling us that the death toll has gone up to 10 right now. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, is in touch with the NIA chief and has received a full briefing. Now, it is all but clear that this is enemy action. Now, I don't want to say that categorically because we will only say that here on NDTV once we get a formal communication to the effect. But all indications on the ground, and on the ground, you've got Vishnu, Shom and Aditya. You couldn't find two more seasoned security and national security reporters than the both of them. And they are on the ground meters away from where this blast has taken place. And all of the circumstantial information that you're reporting from the ground, Vishnu and Aditya, suggests that this is enemy action. We are not ruling it out. Neither are the organizations on the ground. The NIA, the NSG are on the ground.
No, we aren't.
And they wouldn't be there if this was just an accident.
No, I think that's an important point that you're making, Shiv, and I'll get Aditya to reflect on this. This does indicate a very likely possibility of enemy action. It may or may not be a terrorist attack. If it is a terrorist attack, it's something that the government will declare. The reason we, as experienced correspondents who had decades of experience in covering this and terrorism and the impact of blasts, is on the radius of the blast itself, the intensity of the blast itself, and the damage which is caused. And strictly on the basis of these points, I believe it is important to stress at this stage that this was not just likely a gas cylinder blast, an LPG cylinder blast or something like this. It could be more. But just in terms of the points that you're mentioning, number one, the borders have been sealed. Aditya just mentioned that. That is a clear-cut indicator of the security alert stage which has gone in. The National Investigating over here, agency deployed over here, the Delhi police over here, paramilitary forces over here. The Home Minister has been briefed. The Prime Minister has been briefed. And, there's a sense of It's almost unbelievable because at the best of times, Old Delhi, the Red Fort area is very well protected. The fact that this was a car bomb explosion in this area, if indeed it was a bomb and not something else like such as a CNG cylinder, nothing can be ruled out at this stage. The fact that it happened over here, some would suggest, is no coincidence.
Well, that's right, Vishnu. What we are picking up right now is that multiple teams, at least 6 teams of different agencies are investigating this. This includes the NSG bomb disposal squad as well as the NIA team that have reached here. They're briefing the Home Minister continuously. But what they really want before declaring it, whatever this may be, is ample evidence of proof of any kind of an explosive material that could have been here. What happened really was that at around...
These are the first images that we are getting of the NIA team which has reached the spot. We also have Tanushka joining us live from that area. Remember, all the agencies, like the Delhi Police Commissioner has confirmed to NDTV, are on the ground. A detailed briefing has been given to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and following that, all the agencies are also on the ground. The NIA team over there, the bomb disposal squad over there. And let's quickly cut across to Tanushka. But before that, let's play out for you again the first confirmation of the exact sequence of events, and it comes from the Delhi Police Commissioner himself. What happened? How did the explosion take place? At what time, even as the investigation has started into what happened? Let's listen in to the Delhi Police Commissioner.
आज करीब 6:52 पे एक यहाँ पे रेड लाइट पे एक स्लो मूविंग व्हीकल जो रेड लाइट की तरफ आके रुका था, उसमें एक ये एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है। उस वक्त गाड़ी के अंदर जो पैसेंजर्स उसके अंदर ही थे और इस
हाँ विधायक जी, हेलो हेलो विधायक जी कहाँ हैं? कहाँ पे हैं? हेलो 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 हेलो
Just coming in from the Red Fort area, Tanushka also joining us live. Yes, Tanushka, over to you.
Right, precisely. I'm currently present at the spot here wherein this blast had happened, and the blast effect was such that, you know, people around here up to 200 meters could feel the effect of the blast, and it immediately, you know, caused a lot of people grievous injuries also. These casualties were taken to LNJP hospital. So far we know that 10 people have succumbed to injuries because of this. Let us see if we can get talking to an eyewitness here. Sir, हमें बताइए आपने क्या देखा यहाँ पर?
ब्लास्ट देखा जी, मौके पे था मैं वहाँ पे।
मेरा भी लाइव है।
हाँ, तो क्या हुआ था यहाँ? कितनी गाड़ियाँ थी?
All right, so we'll you know try that eyewitness later. And fire tenders on the spot here, and the NSG, the NIA teams are currently here. The Union Home Minister Amit Shah has taken stock of the situation. We also understand that a lot of these special team forces, the crime branch force, all of them are present here. Let us show you the fire tender that is present there at this point. Another fire tender is just rolling out at this point, and we also know that the blast here at this, place definitely is at this point. We're getting to understand that this could have been more or less a terrorist attack, because the NIA team is also present here at the Red Fort.
And I just want to talk about the NIA team for just a moment. Vishnu and Aditya are still with us, but the NIA team and their work is going to be completely cut out tonight, because they're going to be looking at forensic evidence in the form of explosive remnants. They're going to be looking at the damaged components of those vehicles to see what kind of ballistics were involved in this explosion. Vishnu, you're actually an expert in that kind of thing. We've been hearing all kinds of scenarios in terms of what kind of explosive, what may have happened today outside the Red Fort. Are you picking up anything just yet? Because the NIA team that's just crossed into that area behind you, they have the most crucial work right now.
That's right. Now, I think the first thing that Aditya will bear me out in this is identifying the nature of the explosive. Now, if this is RDX, then it becomes a terrorist incident almost immediately. What is RDX? RDX is a plastic explosive. It's a mixture of various compounds, chemical compounds, and if it is activated through a particular type of detonator, it creates a massive explosion, which is described as a very sharp blast, as opposed to a relatively slow blast, which is what ammonium nitrate causes. Ammonium nitrate is the recovery which was made earlier on today in Faridabad, but very often when there is an RDX device, that RDX device is tied up with an ammonium nitrate booster. So it's not necessarily a direct, it's that booster device which is made up of ammonium nitrate potentially, which could be used to detonate the RDX in whichever way, shape or form it is actually kept. There are various types of devices used to trigger explosives. It could be a time device, it could be a handheld trigger, it could be something else, we do not know. Ultimately, these are all improvised explosive devices. They are fashioned in different forms. We shouldn't rule out the possibility of there having been a suicide vest. These have been used by terrorists in the past as well. The NIA will now be looking for a lot of this evidence to figure out the nature of the explosion, the nature of the explosive. The moment they have that, we would know if it's a terrorist attack or not. Adit.
Okay, let's also...
Well, yes, this is being investigating threadbare, and that's why it is taking time. right now to understand really, what really happened here. That's why we have multiple teams, 6 different teams of agencies, including NSG, NIA, and the Delhi Police and the FSL, trying to investigate what really happened. Of course, the casualties are at 10 and 22 others are injured, but the extent of damage that has happened clearly indicates that there's much more that has happened, and the government is taking it very, very seriously. These are visuals on your screens of senior officials actually exiting the exact location and going to the exact place where the blast really took place, Vishnu.
That's right. The senior officials, a gentleman in that jacket who just walked past, not sure our cameras caught that, but these would be some of the primary investigators, the lead investigators in this. The first responders are already over there, and now what you've got are the experts who've moved onto the site, who will be ensuring that the evidence which is collected, the preliminary information which is collected is it's safely stored, it's safely kept, it's safely collected, and that tests are conducted on the ground. Now, there are kits, and Aditya, correct me if I'm wrong, which the NIA has to be able to detect chemicals right here on the spot. It's not as if they necessarily would take it all back to a lab. So in a finite period of time, they would get an idea of what this is all about, and they need to know that really fast to gauge the nature of this threat. Adit?
Well, yes, with the modern technology and the latest equipment that the government agencies really have, it can be proved within minutes what really happened. But they are trying to go through each and every aspect of the blast. They are trying to quiz the eyewitnesses and trying to see through their sources in this entire area and the intelligence network in the old Delhi that what really happened. Because the timing is also very important, Vishnu. This happens on a day when a major recovery has happened just adjacent to Delhi. We see some activity that's taking place here around. A couple of fire brigade vehicles are being moved, even as senior officials try to inspect the entire area where the blast took place. The mangled vehicles have been kept here. The entire area has been barricaded. In fact, at least for a couple of kilometers stretch, the roads have been blocked completely in this area. This is the main entry point of the Red Fort. In any given day, there are hundreds and thousands of tourists that throng this particular location. And perhaps if there is some foul play, it could be a statement. But we'll have to wait and watch what really happens out here. I'm being told that there are some people who have been picked up already, but we'll have to wait for the official statement from the government. Now we have a clearer picture.
Information according to the Delhi police sources, the police hasn't confirmed on record whether any detentions have taken place, but it is important to tell our viewers that right now all the teams who are at the spot, their primary focus is to try and piece together the registration number, the ownership of this vehicle. It's, according to eyewitnesses, it's being described as a white vehicle, medium size, perhaps an I-20, but the Delhi Police Commissioner has said categorically that it was slow moving, it stopped at a red light near Red Fort, and that is when the blast took place at the rear end. Before I go across to the experts, the guests joining us right now, and of course stay with my colleagues on the ground, I want to play out the latest report that our colleagues have sent from LNJP Hospital. That is where most of the casualties were taken. That is where most of the injured are currently receiving treatment. Listen in.
From outside LNJP Hospital, here you can see a constant movement of ambulances here, because remember, 8 people have died in this ferocious explosion that took place at the iconic Red Fort here outside LNJP. Remember, over a dozen people have been hospitalized. They are injured severely and in a critical condition, and here there is a heavy deployment of police. Barricades have been put up. Remember, Delhi, our national capital, is on high alert, and so is Uttar Pradesh, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi alongside Home Minister Amit Shah, they have taken stock of the situation. The NIA teams as well as the crime branch have reached the explosion site, and we are showing you the visuals from outside LNJP Hospital emergency ward. Remember, 8 people have died, and amongst the 12 to 15 people who are injured, one is in a stable condition, but the rest of them are critically injured. We saw those disturbing visuals of bodies mangled, cars gutted in that ferocious explosion. You can see the traffic movement is smooth. There is a constant influx of ambulances here at the Loknath Hospital. Remember, this hospital is 2 kilometers away from the explosion site, and this is where the impact is palpable. It's an absolute tragedy that happened today evening, where this ferocious explosion took place in one car and it spread in other vehicles, and 8 people have died so far. With camera person Panchanan, this is Shreya Ghosh for NDTV.
आज करीब 6:52 पे एक यहाँ पे रेड लाइट पे एक स्लो मूविंग व्हीकल जो रेड लाइट की तरफ आके रुका था, उसमें एक ये एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है। उस वक्त गाड़ी के अंदर जो पैसेंजर्स उसके अंदर ही थे, और इस एक्सप्लोजन से जो है आसपास की गाड़ियों में भी क्षति हुई। जैसे ही इसकी खबर मिली, हम सारी एजेंसीज जो है, दिल्ली पुलिस, FSL, NIA, NSG, उनकी टीम्स यहाँ पे आ चुकी हैं और हालात का जायजा भी ले रही है। हर तरीके से इस जो है एक्सप्लोजन के बारे में जांच की जा रही है, और जल्दी ही इसका आकलन करके इसका जो भी रिजल्ट निकलेगा वो आपको बताया जाएगा। इस इंसिडेंट में कुछ लोग को इंजरीज भी आई हैं और कुछ लोगों की डेथ भी हुई है। तो वो
NDTV's Kumar Kunal is also now joining us live from outside LNJP Hospital. Kunal, आप बताइए, आपको लेटेस्ट अपडेट क्या पता चल रही है? जो अस्पताल के सोर्सेज हैं, कितने लोग वहां अभी भी घायल हैं, उनकी क्या स्थिति बताई जा रही है और किस तरीके की इंजरीज उनको हुई हैं?
Panja, what we are getting from our sources from LNJP that at least 10 people have succumbed to their injuries. So that is the latest from LNJP hospital. But more than that, I am right now at the site where the explosion took place at around 7 p.m. But what we are getting from different sources, from Delhi government sources, since LNJP is a hospital being run by Delhi government, so they are telling that the kind of injuries with which those persons who were admitted to the hospital came was quite serious in nature. So that is something, because I am at least standing at least 200 meters away from the site where the explosion took place, and see there is a part of some vehicle in my hand. So you can just imagine, Padmaja, that how big that explosion was, the impact of the explosion. You can imagine that it flown all the around me. There are some pieces of flesh. I can't show you on the camera, but there are blood stains. So the kind of blast which took place was quite serious in nature. That's why we are learning. But the location of this blast is quite significant, because on one side there is a Jain Mandir, then Gauri Shankar Mandir. There is Red Fort on the other hand, Jama Masjid. So it is all the signs are that those who are behind these blasts, they want the peaceful atmosphere in Delhi and the national capital. They want to disturb that
the Red Fort area, the Chandni Chowk area, the metro station, all these places, even on an ordinary day in the evening, extremely crowded. Was this planned to cause maximum damage in that very fashion? To strike when that place is teeming with people? The kind of images that Kunal is showing, that Vishnu and Aditya are showing, entire vehicles simply smashed into bits. Vishnu.
में लाल किले के पास सुभाष मार्ग ट्रैफिक सिग्नल पर I-20 हुंडई गाड़ी में एक ब्लास्ट हुआ है। ब्लास्ट के कारण आसपास की कुछ गाड़ियां और कुछ मार्ग पर जा रहे लोग भी इंजर्ड होने के समाचार हैं। प्राथमिक सूचना जो मिली है उसमें कुछ लोग हताहत भी हुए हैं। ब्लास्ट की सूचना आते ही 10 मिनट में दिल्ली क्राइम ब्रांच, दिल्ली स्पेशल ब्रांच की टीमें स्पॉट पर पहुंची है। NSG और NIA की टीम FSL के साथ अभी गहन जांच करने का शुरू किया है। आसपास के स्थान के सभी CCTV कैमरा और बाकी सब चीज़ों की जांच के आदेश दे दिए हैं। मेरी सीपी दिल्ली से भी बात हुई है, स्पेशल ब्रांच के इंचार्ज से भी बात हुई है। सीपी दिल्ली और स्पेशल ब्रांच के इंचार्ज स्पॉट पर मौजूद हैं। हम सभी संभावनाओं को तराश रहे हैं और सभी संभावनाओं को ध्यान में रखकर इसकी गहन जांच की जाएगी। सभी ऑप्शन की तुरंत जांच होकर नतीजा जो आएगा जांच हम जनता के सामने रखेंगे। मैं कुछ ही देर में स्पॉट पर भी जा रहा हूं और अस्पताल में भी मैं तुरंत जाऊंगा।
Okay, that was the first statement from the Union Home Minister talking about how this vehicle indeed was a small I-20 and near Subhash Marg traffic signal close to the Red Fort is where this explosion took place. The Delhi Police Commissioner has already specified that it was around 6:55 in the evening when this vehicle, which was slow moving, came to a halt at the red light, and that is when the explosion was triggered. Let's go straight across to Vishnu and Aditya joining us now, and all the teams, like the Home Minister said, are already at the spot. They are investigating, and some very interesting information that is being given by the Delhi Police
Padmaja,
forces
if I can
as
just
well.
quickly come in to give
Yes,
our
Vishnu,
viewers a little bit of information. If I can just come in quickly to give our viewers an idea of what is happening behind me. It's just behind this particular truck at about 20 meters, less than 20 meters away from me is one of the vehicles which has been destroyed by this blast. So just a little distance away from me is where you can see, if you zoom in over there, you can see that is where it's all taking place. That's where one of the vehicles is which actually exploded. If I pan my camera to the left, and it's important that I can actually explain where we are. This is the entry to Chandni Chowk. This is the gate to Chandni Chowk, one of the most busy places in the National Capital Region. You can see that on my camera directly. That is the entry to Chandni Chowk. And if I gently move the camera to this side, then in the distance over here, right over there, you can actually see behind this little rampart over here, you can see in the distance the red structure. That is Red Fort. The Red Fort would be about 150 meters away from me, and this is the blast site right over here in front of me over here. And onto my left, I am just less than 5 meters or 10 meters from the entry, the primary road leading into Chandni Chowk itself. So that's the situation in terms of.
सभी संभावनाओं को तराश रहे हैं और सभी संभावनाओं को ध्यान में रखकर इसकी गहन जांच की जाएगी। सभी ऑप्शन की तुरंत जांच होकर नतीजा जो आएगा जांच हम जनता के सामने रखेंगे। मैं कुछ ही देर में स्पॉट पर भी जा रहा हूं और अस्पताल में भी मैं तुरंत जाऊंगा।
Okay, we'll just replay what Amit Shah said in just a second, but important information that even Delhi police sources are putting out. And Shiv, you know, what is the significance of this when they say that no craters were found at the site? Victims show no signs of shrapnel injuries or burn marks. Special cell forensic experts are examining the vehicle debris, but these two details initially being given out: no craters found at the site, no signs of shrapnel injuries or burn marks.
So that points to the nature of the explosion. Obviously, the lack of a crater means that the entire impact of the explosion was outward, probably upwards, which is why the radius of the damage is not very high. 3 or 4 vehicles around this Hyundai i20 have been completely gutted, completely damaged. If you look at the pictures, Padmaja, that Aditya and Vishnu were showing us as well, the mangled remains of the vehicles are in a very contained area right around the blast epicenter. But beyond that, there's only broken glass and mangled metal. It's crucial right now with the Home Minister saying that he's going to be arriving at the spot and visiting the hospital as well, because the NIA, whose chief has just spoken to the Home Minister, is on the spot right now, and they are, as we speak, in these pictures, likely picking up fragments of the explosive remnants. That is going to be the key. The explosive remnants, as Vishnu was explaining just a moment ago, will add to the information we have about the lack of a crater, the lack of shrapnel injuries on anyone at this point of time. The sheer intensity and the blast effects of the explosion, Padmaja, is precisely what would have led to the initial deaths, at least some of the people would have died of their injuries. But the nature of the explosive, what explosives were used, whether it was high intensity is going to be key. And I imagine that sense will be emerging in the next few minutes, maybe an hour.
Two big bits of information. The Home Minister is headed to LNJP Hospital, which is where the maximum number of the injured are receiving treatment right now. In addition to that, grim news that the death toll has now climbed to 13. The Home Minister has been given a complete briefing. NIA, NSG are at the spot. The Home Minister is headed to LNJP Hospital. And let's just put this into context now. Two things, two massive developments that have taken place over the last 24 hours. One, a pan-India terror module being busted early today morning. It was spoken of as a major success for our intelligence agencies. We're cutting across the country from Jammu and Kashmir to Gujarat to Uttar Pradesh and of course in Faridabad in Haryana, where the maximum number of recoveries were made. Ammonium nitrate, weapons, automatic rifles, a Glock pistol, all of these were recovered by the police, who worked in tandem from Jammu and Kashmir to Uttar Pradesh to Faridabad. And then hours after that discovery, hours after that announcement is made, you have this attack in the heart of the national capital. The important details that we have given, Vishnu, would you like to reflect on that? The fact that Delhi police has revealed no shrapnel injuries, no nails found on the people who unfortunately lost their lives in today's attack, and also that there is no crater at the site. You obviously are at that very spot.
So Padmaja, if I can just come in and explain the importance of shrapnel injuries. Now, very often in the case of IEDs, these are laced. The explosive itself is laced with nails, with metal balls, with other items which are designed to maim, to kill, over and above the explosive itself. What the preliminary information over here, and Adit come in on this, is that there is no evidence at this juncture of shrapnel, in other words, nails. To me, this seems to suggest that, and we know this, that this was a massive explosion using the force of the explosive itself, whether RDX or ammonium nitrate or both. At this stage, we don't know.
Well, there is a possibility, if at all there is a foul play, that a certain kind of a chemical was used. Wherever that chemical actually, blasts, there is extent of damage and there is an entire area that engulfs in flames. But this happens, Vishnu, on a day that I have been saying repeatedly. I'm coming from Faridabad right now, where 2,900 kgs of explosives have been recovered. It's a huge recovery happening just adjacent to Delhi. Also, remember, Vishnu, even though we are telling our viewers that there's no confirmation of a terror angle, there's no confirmation of a explosion, of a bomb blast taking place here, but it's important to mention here that in the last 10 to 12 years, there haven't really been blasts taking place in Delhi. The last big blast that took place was possibly in 2011 that took place here. So if at all this is the case, this will be a huge major development. But at the same time, we have the Home Minister who has briefed the Prime Minister already, and the Home Minister has given out a statement really trying to calm the people so that there's no panic, that he is immediately rushing to the LNJP hospital, where at least 13 people have been killed and 20 others are injured. It's an unprecedented development. The government is leaving no stone unturned to investigate this. We have the best of the technology, the NSG, the NIA, the Delhi Police Crime Branch and the special cell, apart from the FSL, are investigating every possible angle. Right behind me here, you can see that area which is completely, there's darkness out here, but a little ahead, if you can see, there are senior officers of the Delhi Police who are lined up there, who are in fact trying to investigate this further. Each and every angle, each and every component, each and every angle is being investigated this further. These are live visuals coming on your screen. Now, apart from the Delhi police, paramilitary forces have also been deployed here. There could be a possibility that Home Minister Amit Shah, apart from visiting the LNJP, could possibly come here. But this is a high security area right now. At least for 2 to 3 kilometers around the Red Fort area, the entire area has been blocked completely completely for vehicles or for normal people to come in. Only the media and the security forces and emergency vehicles are being allowed in this particular area. But that's the exact location where the investigation is being carried forward. That's the crucial location, the link to what really happened at 6:55 p.m. Earlier this evening. Live visuals on your screen of the way things have happened here, and now investigations taking forward, and perhaps in the next couple of hours there could be a possibility of knowing what really happened here. There could be possibly only two options. One, that it was either a cylinder or an LPG related blast that led to this kind of a damage, or secondly a terror angle. So we'll have to wait and watch for the investigative agencies to come out with a statement, perhaps later tonight by Delhi police and others, to see what really happens. We had Vishnu also coming in.
Yeah, I'm holding the camera as high up as I can so that our viewers can actually get an idea of the exact area where these investigations are taking place. We are at maximum zoom, but just behind those police officers.
Vishnu, just hold on to that thought for a moment. Home Minister Amit Shah has just arrived. His cavalcade has just arrived at the LNJP hospital. These pictures first on NDTV. We're only showing you images that we can confirm. These are live images of the Home Minister arriving at the LNJP hospital, which is not very far from the blast site itself. The Home Minister will be meeting with the injured. There are said to be over a dozen injured, some of them seriously injured as well. The Home Minister may visit the blast site after LNJP as well, is what he has said in his statement right now. So Padmaja, the first high-level visit, the Prime Minister has been briefed by the Home Minister already, and now the Home Minister is on site.
Absolutely, and remember, this is a time when there is a complete crackdown. We've just a few months ago cracked down on the terror machine within Pakistan through Operation Sindoor. At the same time, within India, there is a crackdown on the Naxals, the Maoists, and so far has been an unblemished record, no terror attacks. But today, at a time when major success was being claimed with several terror modules being busted, big recoveries being made in several parts of the country of people who were trying to plot a ricin poison attack in Gujarat. Recoveries made in Faridabad, just about 24-30 kilometers away from the very heart of Delhi. Now, officially so far, no connection has been confirmed between what happened today morning, the people who have been arrested by the Jammu and Kashmir and the Faridabad police. Were they part of the same module? Is there any link at all? So far on record, nobody has confirmed that link. But is it a coincidence that these two things happen within hours of each other? These are the first images that you're seeing of Home Minister Amit Shah. He has just reached LNJP hospital, which is in central Delhi. Here is where the 13 people now who have lost their lives, they have been brought, and also those who are critical, about 3 to 4 people still believed to be extremely critical, they are receiving treatment at this very hospital. The investigations right now are focusing on trying to piece together the details of the vehicle in which the explosion took place. What has the Home Minister said so far? While we stay on these images, let's listen in again to what he said, the first detailed description of the blast as and when it took place. Listen in.
दिल्ली में लाल किले के पास सुभाष मार्ग ट्रैफिक सिग्नल पर I-20 हुंडई गाड़ी में एक ब्लास्ट हुआ है। ब्लास्ट के कारण आसपास की कुछ गाड़ियां और कुछ मार्ग पर जा रहे लोग भी इंजर्ड होने के समाचार हैं। प्राथमिक सूचना जो मिली है उसमें कुछ लोग हताहत भी हुए हैं। ब्लास्ट की सूचना आते ही 10 मिनट में दिल्ली क्राइम ब्रांच, दिल्ली स्पेशल ब्रांच की टीमें स्पॉट पर पहुंची है। NSG और NIA की टीम FSL के साथ अभी गहन जांच करने का शुरू किया है। आसपास के स्थान के सभी CCTV कैमरा और बाकी सब चीज़ों की जांच के आदेश दे दिए गए हैं। मेरी CP दिल्ली से भी बात हुई है, स्पेशल ब्रांच के इंचार्ज से भी बात हुई है सीपी दिल्ली और स्पेशल ब्रांच के इंचार्ज स्पॉट पर मौजूद हैं। हम सभी संभावनाओं को तराश रहे हैं और सभी संभावनाओं को ध्यान में रखकर इसकी गहन जांच की जाएगी। सभी ऑप्शन की तुरंत जांच होकर नतीजा जो आएगा जांच हम जनता के सामने रखेंगे। मैं कुछ ही देर में स्पॉट पर भी जा रहा हूं और अस्पताल में भी मैं तुरंत जाऊंगा।
All right, a briefing there being taken by the Home Minister. I think that's the Delhi Police Commissioner present there earlier as well. All the chiefs of the intelligence agencies have briefed him. The Home Minister there detailing how the attack took place. It was close to the Red Fort at the Subhash Marg traffic signal. Let's go back again to Aditya and Vishnu who are present on the ground. We'll also, in fact, play a report that our colleague Syed Suhail has sent us just a while ago. But yes, over to you, Vishnu. Right now, the investigation in its preliminary stage, but like our teams have been reporting, they are still trying to piece together the details, Aditya, of the car itself in which the blast happened.
Well, that's right. The Delhi police, apart from other agencies, including the NSG, the NIA, are trying to piece it together. What really happened at 6:55 p.m. earlier this evening here at the Red Fort. In last many years, this extent of a damage hasn't really happened here. Clearly indicating that there seems to be much more that could have happened. There is only possibly two angles here. One, either a cylinder blast of an LPG or CNG at the red light because there were many vehicles and e-rickshaws there. So the damage happened. Apart from that, could be possibility of a terror angle. As of now, the government of India has not declared this as a terror attack. We had a statement, Vishnu, from the Home Minister, clearly indicating that he's at the hospital right now. Possibly he'll come here immediately after that. The government not leaving any stone unturned, but the senior officers on spot trying to investigate each and every angle to piece together what really happened.
No, absolutely. And I think this is a key point because it's just about 100 odd meters away from me. And why don't we try and raise this and see if you can actually get a bit of a shot where you see the lights is where the investigations are taking place. A bunch of National Investigating Agency investigators already on the ground. I can see one of the vehicles which has been destroyed over here. And I think the key point that we've been mentioning for the last little while is that 20 odd vehicles have been destroyed by the blast. Another interesting piece of information, just a little bit, was that for the moment there doesn't appear to be any shrapnel which has been recovered. This is important because shrapnel is often used. I mean, these bombs are laced with nails and laced with metallic balls and other items, metallic shards to actually inflict as much damage as possible. This would indicate prima facie that the explosion itself was based exclusively on the blast itself. The fact that this has taken place on a day when more than 2.3 tons of high explosives, weapons grade explosives could actually be used is a matter of massive concern. And whether there is a direct link between what has been recovered in Faridabad or whether in fact this is unconnected, this is another cell, if indeed these are terrorists, is something that we need to wait and find out. We are being very cautious over here in NDTV, on NDTV, where we are using our words carefully. It does appear to me and to Aditya, on the basis of our decades of experience in covering bomb blasts, explosion and terrorism, that this may well be a terror attack. But the Home Minister Amit Shah, we heard him a few moments back making the point that they would come out with a statement in full transparency in a little while from now. But think about it, more than a dozen, 20 plus vehicles were destroyed. And where exactly are we? For the benefit of our viewers in India and around the world, we are, Aditya, about 200 meters away from the Red Fort. That is to my left, right? Just 200 odd meters away from the Red Fort, the ramparts of the Red Fort. And if you come back to me over here and just point in this direction, that itself is Chandni Chowk, and the road leading into Chandni Chowk is just about 15 meters or even less than that, 12 meters away from me. So that is where we are, and I make this point repeatedly because we are in the heart of Old Delhi. It's an area which is populated by tens of thousands of people. The numbers over here are huge. In that sense, it's also perhaps the most vulnerable to attacks like this. this was triggered right here. That vehicle, you see the red lights over here, you see the set of lights over here. Directly underneath that is where one of the vehicles is. Now, this is as far as I've been able to go, but the blast radius sort of extends over here and it goes much further back. And just over there, I don't know if you can point, Jitu, if you can see over there, you've got the entry to the metro station, one of the primary access points to this entire area. It's taken place just outside that. So there is a sense of horror over here. We've got experts on the ground picking up, and we can actually see that now. There's that woman officer that I just saw, obviously, a police officer or an investigator, a bomb expert. She was picking up debris in front over there and putting it into small pouches. They would want to examine each and every bit of evidence that they are able to pick up. But they've got kits with them, they've got vehicles which actually are able to identify. And I don't know if you've been able to get that, but I can actually see an officer over there underneath the vehicle. It's this white vehicle. I can see her just underneath this vehicle where she is. There she is. She's come out and she's just trying to get some a little bit of whatever it is that she's trying to collect. So that is absolutely critical. In the course of these investigations. So that's what we are.
Put out a statement on his social media. I just want to read that out for our viewers. He's just said, condolences to those who have lost their loved ones in the blast in Delhi earlier this evening. Remember, he calls it a blast. May the injured recover at the earliest. Those affected are being assisted by authorities. Reviewed the situation with Home Minister Amit Shah and other officials. So the Prime Minister expressing his condolences, announcing help to the affected by the authorities on ground, referring to this as a blast and confirming once again that he's in touch with the Home Minister, who, as we've just shown you in these pictures, is, as we speak, at the LNJP hospital where the casualties, where the injured, where the fatalities are being housed at this point of time. All of that will be part of the forensic investigation that will undoubtedly be stretching right through tonight, where Aditya and Vishnu are reporting from at this time. Padmaja, the first word in from the Prime Minister.
That's correct. And in fact, let's also cut across to Rahesha, who joins us live from outside the hospital, where currently the Union Home Minister has held a meeting, we are being told, with Delhi Police, Commissioner of Police Satish Golcha and other officials. They are giving him a lowdown on what has been found so far. What are the updates? What has the investigation yielded so far? The Prime Minister has condoled the loss of lives, and like Shiv pointed out, very significant that he uses the word blast. I condole the loss of lives. Condolences to those who lost their lives in that blast. Over to you, Rahesha. The Home Minister still inside.
Right, Padmaja, I'm joining live from the Lok Nayak Hospital here. This is the closest hospital to the Red Fort, where a short while ago the Union Home Minister Amit Shah arrived here. And before him, the Delhi Health Minister is also inside. They're taking stock of the situation at this point of time, where at least 20 people have been injured. We are being told that the emergency department is full and that they have incurred burn injuries. At least 10 people have died. This area has also been cordoned off. The security has been beefed up. We are not allowed to go inside at this point of time because the Union Home Minister Amit Shah and the Delhi Health Minister are currently inside at this point of time. A short while ago, we also saw people arriving here at this hospital in e-rickshaws, in scooters, because they have incurred burn injuries at this point of time. But the latest is that the Union Home Minister Amit Shah and the Delhi Health Minister are currently inside. At least 10 people have died. The emergency department is full, and those who have been injured, they have incurred burn injuries, and they're currently being treated right here outside the Lok Nayak Hospital here in Delhi. Back to you.
To the report that Syed Suhail, our colleague, has sent us from close to the Red Fort a while ago.
मुकेश यहाँ उन रिपोर्टर्स में थे जो सबसे पहले आए। मुकेश, यहाँ क्या सिचुएशन थी जब आप आए?
देखिए, ब्लास्ट के फौरन बाद तुरंत जो आसपास का इलाका था उस पर इम्पैक्ट इतना ज़्यादा हुआ कि पूरे इलाके में एकदम से कहें कि जो लोग वहाँ पर खड़े हुए थे, जो लोग चल रहे थे, उनके चीथड़े उड़ गए। कई लोगों के सर कट के काफी दूर जाकर गिरे।
इतना भयानक धमाका था?
इतना भयानक धमाका था, काफी भयानक इम्पैक्ट था। और यहाँ से जो मेट्रो स्टेशन है जहाँ पर धमाका हुआ वो थोड़ी दूरी पर है, करीब 200 मीटर।
यहाँ से कितना दूर है? यहाँ से कितना दूर है?
करीब 100 मीटर की दूर पर है, जहाँ पर शीशे लगे हुए थे वो सारे शीशे टूट गए हैं। तो इसका इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज्यादा था।
मेट्रो स्टेशन के शीशे टूट
गए हैं, तो इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज्यादा था। और एक चीज और दिखाऊं मैं, यहाँ पर देखिए ये एक गाड़ी है जिसका टुकड़ा यहाँ पड़ा हुआ है। ये टुकड़ा पड़ा हुआ है, तो टुकड़ा, ये गाड़ी वहां से टुकड़ा उछलकर यहाँ गिरा है। तो आप लगा सकते हैं कि गाड़ियों के परखच्चे किस तरह से उड़ गए हैं। और ये देखिए ये गाड़ी का शायद पिछला हिस्सा है जो कि काफी दूर से उछलकर यहाँ तक पहुंचा है, करीब 100 मीटर दूर आकर ये गिरा है। तो धमाके का इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा आप इससे
मुकेश, इससे ये समझ आ रहा है कि बहुत भीषण धमाका था।
बहुत भीषण धमाका था। और जो बम,
एक बात है, यहाँ से कितना दूर धमाका हुआ?
करीब 100 मीटर दूर, यहाँ से
100 मीटर दूर से आकर गाड़ी का हिस्सा गिरा,
यहाँ पर गिरा है। तो आप देख सकते हैं कि ब्लास्ट का इम्पैक्ट क्या था। आसपास की इमारतों के शीशे फूट गए और जो लोग वहां पर चल रहे थे उनके शरीर के चीथड़े उड़ गए। तो ये दिखाता है कि जो बम था उसमें विस्फोटक बहुत ज्यादा इस्तेमाल किया गया है और विस्फोटक ऐसा था जिसका इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज्यादा था। अमोनियम।
मुकेश, आपने दिल्ली हमेशा से कवर किया, यहाँ के बहुत से विस्फोट आप देखे, लाजपत नगर देखा होगा, कोर्ट वाला देखा होगा। इस तरह का धमाका आपको याद है जहां 100 मीटर दूर आकर गाड़ी का हिस्सा गिरा हो, वो भी इतना भारी?
बिल्कुल ऐसा धमाका पहली बार देखा है। शुरुआत में लगा था कि गाड़ी के अंदर कोई सीएनजी ब्लास्ट हुआ होगा, कोई सिलेंडर ब्लास्ट हुआ होगा, लेकिन उसके थोड़ी ही देर बाद ये मालूम चला कि जिस गाड़ी में ब्लास्ट हुआ है उसके आसपास की गाड़ियों के परखच्चे उड़ गए हैं। तो ये दिखाता है कि किस तरह का ब्लास्ट था, किस तरह का धमाका था और उसका कितना इम्पैक्ट था। तो ये जो एक हिस्सा,
ये मुकेश कौन सी गाड़ी लग रही है? आप कह रहे थे i10 गाड़ी थी।
ये शायद i20 गाड़ी का हिस्सा हो सकता है क्योंकि ब्लास्ट i20 गाड़ी में हुआ है।
i20, तो ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, यानी वही गाड़ी जिस गाड़ी में बताया जा रहा है धमाका हुआ, उस गाड़ी का ही ये गेट है?
उस गाड़ी का हिस्सा हो सकता है, ऐसा लगता है।
ये गेट का ही हिस्सा है, मुझे लगता है।
हो सकता है कि गेट का हिस्सा हो, क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो ये लगे हुए हैं ये गेट का हिस्सा लग रहा है। तो ब्लास्ट का इम्पैक्ट इतना ज्यादा हुआ कि 100 मीटर पीछे से आकर ये हिस्सा यहाँ पर गिरा है। तो ये देखने वाली बात है कि इसमें किस तरह के केमिकल का प्रयोग किया गया है। अमोनियम नाइट्रेट हो सकता है, क्योंकि अमोनियम नाइट्रेट का जो इम्पैक्ट होता है वो काफी ज्यादा होता है। दूसरा आरडीएक्स भी हो सकता है क्योंकि उसका इम्पैक्ट भी बहुत ज्यादा होता है। और आरडीएक्स के विस्फोट में जिस तरह का नुकसान यहाँ पर हुआ है वो आमतौर पर आरडीएक्स के इस्तेमाल से होता है। तो अमोनियम नाइट्रेट या आरडीएक्स, इन दोनों चीजों में से कुछ हो सकता है। हालांकि जो फॉरेंसिक एक्सपर्ट हैं एनआईए के भी और दिल्ली पुलिस के भी, दोनों यहाँ पीछे जांच कर रहे हैं। एनएसजी की टीम मौके पर पहुंच चुकी है, तो जांच लगातार जारी है। किस तरह के केमिकल का प्रयोग किया गया उसको
आप बता रहे हैं कि एनएसजी की टीम भी है, उनकी भी अपनी फॉरेंसिक टीम होती है, एनआईए की टीम भी आई है। फॉरेंसिक टीम अब क्या करेगी, दर्शकों को जरा बताइए।
देखिए, जो ब्लास्ट में केमिकल का प्रयोग होता है, यानी कि जो विस्फोटक का प्रयोग होता है, वो जांच केवल एनएसजी करती है। एनएसजी के जो फॉरेंसिक एक्सपर्ट होते हैं वही जांच करते हैं। उसकी जांच दिल्ली पुलिस नहीं करती है, एनआईए नहीं करती है। एनएसजी के फॉरेंसिक एक्सपर्ट जांच करते हैं और पता लगाते हैं कि आखिर किस तरह का इसमें केमिकल है, क्या क्या इसमें प्रयोग किया गया है, ये केवल एनएसजी ही जांच करती है। तो यहाँ पर जो सैंपल मिलेंगे, विस्फोटक के सैंपल जो मिलेंगे, उसको एनएसजी के जो जवान हैं वो यहाँ से लेकर जाएंगे और उसकी जाँच करेंगे। तो देखिए पूरा जो ये हिस्सा है किस तरह से काला पड़ गया है। देखिए जो यहाँ पर केमिकल्स हैं, जो एक्सप्लोसिव हैं, उसका असर देखिए कि पूरा का पूरा हिस्सा काला पड़ गया है और पीछे 100 मीटर से ये हिस्सा यहाँ पर आकर गिरा है।
ये दर्शकों को बताऊं, ये गेट है और ये गाड़ी का गेट है। जिस तरह से मुकेश बता रहे हैं कि ये i20 का गेट है। गेट लगा हुआ था जब धमाका हुआ, क्या विस्फोटक अंदर था कार के? धमाके के बाद पूरा गेट निकलकर बाहर आया है। और सोचिए बड़ी बात मुकेश ये कि 100 मीटर दूर गेट जो है 100 मीटर दूर आकर गिरा है।
देखिए बिल्कुल गेट 100 मीटर दूर आकर गिरा है और जिस तरह का ब्लास्ट हुआ है, अभी तक की जानकारी के मुताबिक i20 कार के पिछले हिस्से में ब्लास्ट हुआ है। अब हो सकता है कि कोई मैग्नेटिक बॉम्ब नीचे से लगा दिया गया हो। गाड़ी के मैग्नेटिक बॉम्ब लगाते हैं, जैसा इजराइल एम्बेसी गाड़ी में हुआ था कि मैग्नेटिक बॉम्ब लगा दिया था, या फिर हो सकता है कि गाड़ी की
मैग्नेटिक बॉम्ब यानी उसमें चुंबक है और उसे गाड़ी में चिपका दिया
गया। इजराइल एम्बेसी की गाड़ी में ब्लास्ट हुआ था तो उसमें मैग्नेटिक बॉम्ब लगाया गया था। तो ये भी संभावना है। दूसरी संभावना ये है कि गाड़ी की डिग्गी में कहीं किसी ने खोलकर पूरा एक बड़ा जो बॉम्ब है वो रख दिया हो और उसमें टाइमर लगा हो और टाइमर के साथ ब्लास्ट करा दिया गया हो। तो ये पॉसिबिलिटी है। हालांकि इन सभी पहलुओं पर जो दिल्ली
मुकेश, लेकिन ये तो एक गेट का हिस्सा है। आप बता रहे हैं कि अगर गाड़ी के डिक्की में कुछ होता तो संभव है डिक्की भी पूरी उड़ गई होती। गाड़ियों की स्थिति क्या थी अगर आपने वहां पहुंचे हो, देखा हो?
देखिए गाड़ियों की स्थिति बहुत बुरी है। सभी गाड़ियों के परखच्चे पूरी तरह से उड़ गए हैं। गाड़ियों का अगला हिस्सा है, पिछला हिस्सा है, जो बीच का हिस्सा है, पूरी गाड़ियों के परखच्चे उड़ गए हैं और जो गाड़ी में लोग बैठे हुए थे उनमें से कई लोग मारे गए हैं, बहुत सारे लोग घायल हो गए हैं। जो आसपास लोग पैदल जा रहे थे उनमें कई लोग मारे गए हैं, कई लोग घायल हुए हैं। 10 लोगों की मौत की अभी तक पुष्टि हो चुकी है और काफी लोग इसमें घायल हैं। तो ये वो इलाका है जहां पर जैन मंदिर है, इधर रेड फोर्ट सामने है, जामा मस्जिद उस तरफ है। तो ये वो इलाका है जहां पर
बहुत सेंसिटिव इलाका भी,
बिल्कुल ये बहुत सेंसिटिव इलाका है और यहाँ पर हमेशा से सुरक्षा कड़ी रही है। सीसीटीवी कैमरे आप देख सकते हैं, सामने जो सीसीटीवी कैमरे लगे हैं, यहाँ पर ऐसे ही हर जो जितने भी पोल्स हैं, चांदनी चौक के आसपास जितने खंबे हैं, जितने पोल्स हैं, उनमें 4 से 5 सीसीटीवी कैमरे लगे होते हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं इन संदिग्धों की तस्वीरें इस फुटेज में आई जरूर होंगी।
मुकेश बड़ी बात कह रहे हैं, सीसीटीवी लगे हुए हैं, यानी जो भी आया है गाड़ी लेकर उसकी गाड़ी का नंबर ट्रेस होगा इन सीसीटीवी कैमरों के जरिए, उनकी लोकेशन ट्रेस होगी कहां पर धमाका हुआ। और जो मुकेश बता रहे हैं बहुत सेंसिटिव संवेदनशील इलाका है। देखिए ये रेड फोर्ट आप देख रहे हैं, मेरे उल्टे हाथ पर लाल किला है, लेकिन दूसरे हाथ पर जामा मस्जिद भी है, चांदनी चौक का इलाका भी है, गुरुद्वारा भी है। तो ये उस हिसाब से बहुत संवेदनशील इलाका है, यानी जानबूझकर इस इलाके को चुना गया है विस्फोट करने के लिए। मुकेश
देखिए बिल्कुल, जो टेररिस्ट होते हैं उनको मालूम होती है कि दिल्ली में सबसे ज्यादा भीड़ कहाँ होती है। चांदनी चौक उन इलाकों में है जहाँ सबसे ज्यादा कारोबारी है, कॉमर्शियल एक्टिविटी बहुत ज्यादा है और शाम के वक्त तो यहाँ भीड़ बहुत ज्यादा होती है, यानी कि पैदल चलना भी आपको मुश्किल पड़ जाएगा, उस तरह की भीड़ होती है। तो शाम को 6:52
यहाँ 6:52 पर गाड़ियां रेंग रही
होती हैं और यहाँ गाड़ियाँ रुकती हैं और आगे जाएंगे तो आपको पैदल चलने का रास्ता नहीं मिलेगा। तो उन्होंने ऐसा टाइम चुना कि 6:52 जब भीड़ काफी ज्यादा हो और उसी वक्त ये विस्फोट किया गया ताकि उसका इम्पैक्ट काफी ज्यादा हो।
Okay, I think that's the closest report you would have seen from the exact spot where that explosion took place. Currently, Home Minister Amit Shah is at LNJP Hospital. Several of the people who are injured are at this hospital and he's meeting the injured even as we speak. For all of those who are joining us right now, what happened at 6:55, sometime between 6:52 to 6:55 p.m., a slow-moving vehicle stopped at a red light close to the Red Fort. An explosion took place in that vehicle, and because of that, nearby vehicles were also damaged. Even as we speak, you've got FSL, NIA, central investigating agencies who are at the spot close to the Red Fort. They are trying to figure out what was the nature of the explosion. What was the nature, Shiv, of the explosives that were used? Because two critical pieces of information that Delhi police sources right now are revealing. One, that there is no crater present at the spot, and so far none of the injured or the deceased have displayed any kind of shrapnel injuries. Any nails haven't been recovered from the spot. And just that extremely detailed report that you saw from Syed Suhail and Mukesh as well, a big vehicle, its door blown off, 3 to 5 vehicles at the spot which were blown to bits, shows the magnitude of the explosion and the impact, and yet no shrapnels.
Two very quick points, Padmaja. Remember that the injuries on the people that Home Minister Amit Shah is meeting right now will be part of that forensics investigation. So you can bet that apart from the doctors and ministry officials, there will be forensics observers here speaking to all of these victims as well as studying their injuries, because like you rightly said, the nature of their injuries, the lack of shrapnel injuries is a strong indicator of the kind of explosives that were used. Quite apart from that, Aditya, who's on the ground, has been talking about the nature of the explosion as is being seen from the circumstantial evidence so far, because that is going to be the core investigation that is being conducted by the NIA at this point of time. Aditya, these are very, very complicated investigations, in normal course. This one is especially complicated given that there was a huge crowd immediately after the blast. The site where the explosion took place, may have been compromised because of the number of people that were there. It took a while to get it sanitized as well. As the Home Minister, holds that high-level meeting at the LNJP hospital and is now, as we saw in those live pictures, meeting with the victims, what are you hearing from the ground right now? Any further clarity on the nature of the explosion, Aditya?
Well, Shiv, as you rightly pointed out, it's a very complicated investigation for all the agencies that are involved. Let's remember, it's not a city-based event now. It's a national event that has taken place. It's possibly either a blast that has taken place due to CNG or LPG, or there could be a terror angle that has not been confirmed yet by the Government of India. There's a lot of presence of the national media, the international media out here, and just meters away from where I'm standing is the exact location where the investigation is being taken forward by the NIA, by the NSG, by the Delhi Police, the FSL, and several other important national organizations under the MHA. So as of now, Shiv, we are expecting Home Minister Amit Shah to perhaps come here in a few minutes from now. He is trying to meet the injured people at the LNJP hospital, but it's a very, very critical investigation right now for the forensic teams to ascertain what really led to this blast. Was it a cylinder kind of a blast, or was it some kind of an plastic explosive that was used in this for an explosion? You can see senior officials on this screen, the paramilitary and the Delhi Police already deployed here, but this entire area has been sanitized. Of course, on a normal given day, there are thousands of tourists that throng this area. The area where I am right now is merely meters away from the Red Fort. On my right, you can see on the screen right now, this is the entrance of the Red Fort. Adjacent to this is the metro station where this exact location is. If we move a little further, where the cops are deployed, this is the main Subhash Chowk red light area next to the Gauri Shankar Mandir here in Chandni Chowk, Red Fort area where the blast has taken place. So a complete 180-degree view of this entire location. You can see hundreds of media persons now waiting for the Home Minister perhaps to arrive here to take stock of the situation. Earlier in the evening, we had Home Minister Amit Shah briefing Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the latest developments that have taken shape right now. We're keeping the viewers on NDTV ahead on very factual reporting on what has happened over the last few hours. This is also a very significant and important day because early this morning there was a massive recovery of 2,900 kgs of explosive material and ammonium nitrate 52 kilometers from where I'm standing right now. I was there in the morning this afternoon where at least 7 people were arrested, including 2 doctors. Now, while there is no terror angle that has been confirmed here, all possible angles are being investigated by the Delhi Police, the crime branch, the special cell.
Now coming out that Hyundai i20 car is registered in the name of an individual named Nadeem. Who is this person? What more details? Let's cut straight across to Anushka, who is joining us now with that bit of information. Yes, Anushka, what more do we know about this car and this person in whose name the car has been registered?
That's right. What we have also got to know from the eyewitnesses here and from the people who were present here at the moment when the blast took place have in fact said that the blast which happened was registered under a person whose name was Nadeem. We'll try to show you some visuals also of how. First, we'll try to cut to the visuals of the NSG team that has arrived here. Massive, we're showing you the visuals of the team that has in fact right now arrived here at the spot to investigate this whole matter. We did see that the blast happened around 6:30 p.m. in the evening, which is considered to be a peak time, a peak hour, and that too at Chandni Chowk, which is always bustling with crowds. But we are showing you the visuals first here that the NIA, teams, the investigative teams have in fact reached here to collect all the facts, all the debris here. They are trying to get inside. Where we are standing is barely 100 meters away from the spot where the blast took place. Now we are getting to know that it was an i20 car registered under a person whose name was Nadeem, what the eyewitnesses have told, and also the visuals that we saw, the very grim visuals that we saw early in the evening where we could clearly see the impact of blast that was in fact seen and how 13 people have died because of the impact. Now, if I take you through all the events of the day, we did see that today there was 2 shocking incidents that has in fact come from in and around Delhi, where first we saw that the arms and ammunitions were in fact taken from Faridabad. The police had seized the 2,568 kilograms of ammunitions from a house in Faridabad, and after that we have seen that also the timing of what we are talking about here, during which the blast happened, was a time which is considered to be a peak hour where the major footfall can be seen in one day. And now we are also showing you the impact. If I ask my camera person Roshan to just pan the camera and show you the impact of how far a burnt car, the mangled pieces of the car was in fact thrown. This cannot be some ordinary blast, because normally we see that for an impact of this kind to happen, there needs to be some kind of reason behind it. But we are seeing that the security team is right now trying to evaluate as to what the situation was and what was the motive behind this attack. But yes, we are seeing that deeply shocking the stories have come from the national capital today, first in Faridabad, and now we are showing the visuals from Red Fort, the iconic Red Fort, from where we have in fact seen the blast that has taken place. It has taken the life of 13 people, 20 and more than 20 people are right now injured and are being treated in LNJP hospital. We heard Home Minister Amit Shah, who has said that they will be deeply investigating about this blast that has happened in Red Fort, and they will also be disclosing all the details that has in fact happened. But we will try to show you the visuals of the very spot where the incident took place today. More than 13 people, 13 people have lost their life, and more than 20 people are right now injured that are in fact being treated in the LNJP hospital. But yes, this is the impact of the blast that in fact happened at the Red Fort today. The impact where we are showing you the mangled pieces of the car that can be seen here, barely 150 meters away from the blast location. But yes, deeply disturbing visuals that we can see here. Also, like how our colleagues were mentioning, there were more than 20 fire brigade units that had come here to douse the fire. We saw the visual where when the blast happened, we could see plumes of smoke billowing, and that was a very deeply disturbing visual, because we did see that this was a blast that was very impactful. Now whether it has happened because of the blast of a CNG cylinder, or maybe because this has happened because of some terror angle behind it, is something that the investigative agencies are right now looking upon. But we are seeing that this is an area where multiple CCTV scanners can be seen here. This is the iconic area, the Gauri Shankar Mandir, the main Chandni Chowk area. Location is also questionable. If we talk about the blast that has happened, this is the place where majority of people arrive here during the evenings to take a stroll, to do shopping. This is the main market area of Chandni Chowk where the blast has taken place. And if we look at the incidents that has in fact happened today, early in the morning we saw that all those ammunitions and explosives were in fact recovered from Faridabad, and now we are seeing at 6:30 p.m. around 6:30 p.m. we saw that this blast has in fact taken place at Chandni Chowk. So very questionable timing, and also because we have seen a series of shocking news that
are all of these developments linked to each other for those viewers who are just tuning in. Grim news from the national capital, where at least 13 people have been confirmed dead so far in a blast that took place in Old City area, close to Red Fort, close to the Chandni Chowk metro station. At about 6:52 p.m. is when that blast took place. As we speak, the Home Minister is in LNJP hospital, where close to 20 people who are injured in that blast are receiving treatment. Now, this blast is said to have taken place in a small car registered in the name of a man called Nadeem. That's the very latest that we are hearing. When the blast took place, the impact was such that at least 6 to 7 vehicles in its vicinity were blown to pieces. The investigation has now commenced. The various teams of NIA, NSG are at the spot, and tracking those developments are my colleagues Vishnu and Aditya, who are at that very spot. Over to you, Vishnu.
All right, well, what we can actually see over here, if I'll pan the cameras, is actually the NSG teams. They've just moved away from this particular area. They'll be back. They've been moving back and forth in this area for the last little while. I'm unclear about whether these NSG teams, the National Security Guard teams, their arrival over here precedes the arrival of the Home Minister, who'd actually said that he is going to come over here in a while from now. For the it's a little after 10 a.m. in the 10 p.m. in the evening. Benefit of our viewers, let's explain. This is located a little distance away from me, and you can see over there is the Red Fort. If you zoom in over there, you can see the Red Fort in the distance. That would be, I would suppose, about 250 meters away from where I am standing right now. And then, so that's the Red Fort in the distance. If you come back to me, behind me over here is the blast site. That is less than 50 meters away from where I am. Right over there is where I'm pointing out the blast which has taken place. You can see lots of teams over there, and near it you can actually see the metro station entry. The metro station entry over there you can see on the side, and that is where the blast is being investigated right now. And to my right over here is actually the entry to the world famous Chandni Chowk itself. So that gives you an idea of the exact location. And the point is, and the reason I'm actually saying this is because this is at the heart of Old Delhi. This is an area where there are tens of thousands of people located at any one time, spread over a large area, of course. And the explosion which took place right in the evening in the heart of this area. And the fact that there were 20 odd vehicles, perhaps more, which were destroyed gives you an idea of the intensity of the blast. Now, borders have been sealed to UP, to Haryana, to other areas as well, I understand. The Home Minister says he's going to come out with a full statement on the nature of the explosions. I can tell you a little bit about what I saw in the last 15-20 minutes. There's a white vehicle over here which was actually destroyed in the blast. That's the first vehicle over there. We've zoomed into that vehicle, that white vehicle. I saw a couple of investigators actually probe underneath that vehicle and pick up remnants of possibly explosives or something else. The basic point being that they were trying to see if they could collect items to get an idea of what's happening. Now, in the last little while, we've seen a fair bit of action over here. There are more vehicles, specialist vehicles, I would suggest, which are moving into this area as well. You can see one of them come right past me over here. More vehicles. These are vehicles of the Delhi police which are moving in with more barricades and the like. They're cordoning off the area even further at this stage, and we expect to see the Home Minister over here at a certain stage. We saw the Prime Minister speaking as well. I've got 2 or 3 small points to make before I hand back to you. Number one, this has taken place on a day when there have been a recovery of more than 2 tons of explosives, possibly of ammonium nitrate, which has been recovered in Faridabad in the broader national capital region. There has been a cell, at least one, of terrorists who are professionals, some of whom may be doctors, who've actually... okay, so we've got investigators here. Let's listen in. Sir, कुछ बता सकते हैं आप इस वक्त, sir? Okay, so that man is from the Uttar Pradesh Anti-Terrorism Squad. The Uttar Pradesh Police's Anti-Terrorism Squad. I saw the sticker on the back of his shirt. So there are investigators all around. Now, Faridabad, remember, there was that big recovery which took place earlier on today, the first of many. Elsewhere in Kashmir, there was a recovery of an AK-47 as well, several rounds. But 2.3 tons of explosives is what is war grade in terms of the quantity. And this blast comes on the same day when those recoveries were made earlier on today. So there is a cell which has been bust. Whether there is a link between those recoveries and this blast, we're going to have to wait and see. We are still waiting to see whether or when there is an official declaration of this being a terrorist attack. We expect there to be more information, but it's been several years since there's been an explosion in the National Capital Region, a blast in the National Capital Region like this. So it's a matter of huge concern, and we're going to have to wait and see what exactly this is all about. Remember, in the month of May, India fought Pakistani forces in Op Sindoor between the 7th and the 10th of May. That was India's fight against terrorism. We've seen more officials actually moving into this area as well. There's this frantic activity, this frenetic activity of the media, as you can imagine over here. In situations like this, there's always this, effort to get information, to actually see what's happening. There have been investigators coming in and going out throughout the evening, the last hour or 2 hours plus that I've been reporting from this area. And that continues, and I dare say this investigation is going to be continuing through the night. They will need to identify the nature of the explosive, whether it's RDX, which is a chemical explosive, which is extremely, extremely potent. Very often there is an ammonium nitrate booster, which is used to trigger an RDX device. Very small quantities of RDX can actually cause a massive blast. An ammonium nitrate triggered explosive actually causes a slower explosion, as it were. The nature of the explosion is different. There hasn't been shrapnel which has been located thus far. Very often shrapnel is mixed up with improvised explosive devices, whether it's metal shards or nails or metallic balls to cause massive damage. If this is just a blast, and these people, or potentially if they were terrorists, were relying on, were relying on, just the explosion or the explosive potential of, whatever it is that went off over here, that would give you an idea of what this is actually turning out to be. I'm using very careful words. I don't want to say it as yet, but in so many years of having covered, terrorism and bomb blasts and all of that, this does appear to be a very serious incident indeed. We expect the government to come out with more statements, in the next few hours perhaps.